Hey everyone, it's Connor here from Durham Hearing Specialists. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to another very interesting video. What you can see in the ear canal is cotton wool blocking the ear, and these little black pincers, those are crocodile forceps. So it should be a fairly easy procedure. We've shown it before on the channel. If somebody has cotton wool lodged in the ear canal, usually you'll just go in with the crocs and fish it out. There'll be minimal resistance, it'll be over in 5 seconds, doesn't hurt, and you're a hero. You know, patient's very, very happy. This was not that. This was a very difficult procedure. I have no idea how the patient managed to pack this cotton wool in so tightly and densely. But it is a very, very difficult plug, and to give you an idea of the feeling that I'm getting in my wrist as I'm pulling on it with the forceps, it's about the same kind of pressure or force that you would have to apply if you're opening like a packet of crisps with your thumb and index finger. Now, you may just say, well, you know, just clamp onto it and commit and just rip it out. The problem with that is, again, this is someone's ear we're talking about, and it's very, you know, it's sensitive. And if you just rip it out, there's a good chance that you'd probably, you know, carry with it some tissue, and then you'd have bleeding, abrasion, pain. But the reason that I was kind of doubly nervous is because I really wanted to avoid something called barotrauma, which is damage to tissues via pressure. So just like a barometer is an instrument to measure pressure in certain environments. And that word comes from baros, which is Greek for weight. But barotrauma to an ear is somewhat horrific. And if any of you guys out there are audiologists and you've learned how to fit lyric hearing aids, which are hearing aids which go a couple of millimeters in front of the eardrum, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So typically if these very specialized hearing aids get wet, they're very, very difficult to remove. And sometimes if you're too heavy-handed and you remove them, you will cause barotrauma, which results in horrendous pain, but also very large hematomas, so blood blisters, not only on the ear canal, but you can get them on the eardrum as well. So I was very nervous about that. So what I'm doing here is employing this kind of up and down approach and just trying to ease it out. And at this stage I was a little bit concerned because I wasn't really making much progress, but we can just start to see some movement here. And I'm kind of spiraling around, and I'm in constant contact with the patient saying, is this hurting, is this hurting? And she was fairly compliant. So, and you know, when it comes to barotrauma, there has to be a nice seal, right? There has to be like a little pocket of air or like a vacuum when you pull. But this cotton wool is doused in lots of oil, so that's why it was, you know, slightly suspicious. But there we go, there's the plug with a nice little tail of wax, which was just kind of pushed right down. And we're going to have a look at the ear canal. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks very sore. There is some abrasion there, but there's no active bleeding. We'll take a look at the eardrum. Eardrum looks good. It's just the ear canal that looks, you know, it doesn't look pretty, but it's, at least we've avoided that bleeding that I was concerned about. But overall, a successful procedure. You may be wondering, why did the patient pack in all that cotton wool in the first place? Basically, she had, there it is. I mean, it's massive, it's huge, totally unnecessary. Bit of an overkill there. But of course, the problem is not really the sort of length per se, it's just the density of the thing, which made the procedure really difficult. Why did she put the cotton wool in? Basically, she'd put in lots of oil, and to kind of keep it in there and keep on softening the wax, cotton wool in. And presumably she had kind of packed it in several layers and then couldn't get it out. So there we go. Successful procedure, trauma avoided. I hope you found that interesting. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I will try my very best to get back to you. And of course, I will see you guys on the next video.